Get up, the R spot. Get up.
Get up, got a problem, don't know how to solve them. Get up, need motivation, a source of inspiration. Get up, to make it to the end, you know you gotta fight to win. So watch the R spot, it'll fix your problem. Get up, get up, get up, get up. Hey, only on the R spot, yeah.
Welcome to the R Spot, the place we come to discuss all things about all kinds of relationships, because our goal is that we have loving, healthy, fulfilling relationships in all areas of our lives. And that's why I wanted to talk about today's topic, our relationship with God. Oh, don't get scared. I'm not going to go all religious on you, but I think it's important that we understand how our relationship with God impacts all of our relationships. Because, see, the only relationship that you're ever having is the relationship you're having with yourself. And that is a function of your consciousness of and your relationship with your source, your creator, or what we call God. How you see yourself, relate to yourself, treat yourself, how you hold yourself within yourself is a function of your relationship with, your ideas about, your learning and concepts, and your judgments of your source, your creator, or God. Now, it doesn't matter what you believe or what you've been taught or what you've made up or what you have convinced yourself is true or not true. You have a source. Something or someone created you. That something or someone sustains the life within you. It's an energy, and that energy is divine and eternal. Now, some call it God, others call it infinite spirits or infinite mind, but it's your life force. And your relationship with that energy shows up everywhere, but specifically in your relationships. Just think how you see yourself in your relationship with God will determine the kinds of relationships you attract, the people you attract, and how you behave in your relationships is based on what you expect from that relationship. It's a function of everything that you've learned about God, your judgments of God, and your experiences with God. And I know for some people, they weren't even taught about God. They weren't taught anything about their source, their creator. I call it God, you call it what works for you. And others were taught only what somebody else believed about God. Now, the problem with both of these concepts of your relationship is whatever it is that you believe about God, whatever it is that you believe in as God, it's going to determine how you create relationships. So let's say, for example, you believe that as a result of your relationships and experiences that you're all alone, that you have to do everything for yourself and by yourself. And let's also say that you pick some of this up from the people and experiences in your life. You see, that determines what you think about, what you feel about, and what you judged about yourself and God. And that'll determine what you think about, feel about, and judge about other people with whom you are in relationship. Or what about abuse, abandonment, disappointment, rejection, betrayal? All of the common human experiences that we have in relationships. More likely than not, if you've had these experiences with people or if you hold certain thoughts about people as a result of these experiences, you will either consciously or unconsciously, in many cases, hold these same thoughts and feelings about your source, your creator, or what we as humans say is God. Now, let me tell you why this is important. See, there's a universal law or a theory of life, how life operates. And it says if you do it anywhere, you do it everywhere. If you do it anywhere, you do it everywhere. So, beloveds, whether you believe it or not, whether you mean to or not, whether you're conscious of it or not, what you do to people, what you think about people, what you feel towards people, what you hold against people, you also think about, feel about, judge about, hold about, and against God. Why? Because we as humans have a tendency to give God human characteristics. While the good book, the scriptures say we are made in God's image and likeness, we have a tendency to make God in the image and likeness that we hold of other people. So if you don't trust people, you might have trust issues with God. If you're critical of other people, you may also be critical of God. If you lie to people, if you withhold from people, if you're suspicious of people or codependent on other people, trust me when I tell you, this will also be an operation in your relationship with God. Why? Because as human beings, we are all manifestations and representations of the same creative force and source and energy of life. Doesn't matter how we behave, we still have that divine spark within each of us. All of us do. Now, I know. The ego is now freaking out, telling you this is wrong, I'm crazy, and reminding you of everything everyone has ever done to you or against you that has nothing to do, you think, with your beliefs about God. I know someone, or maybe many someones out there, actually believe that because of what you have experienced in life and relationships, there is no God. Or perhaps God doesn't care about your business, and that life force that we call God has nothing to do with you. Well, I just want to say this. It's all God. Everything we have, everything we've experienced, everything that we live through, every single person that we've met, it's all God. And it was all designed to bring us into a deeper and greater awareness of God, the energy of love, the source of life, the creator of everything and everyone. So as we live through and grow through our human experiences, the goal is for us to get clear about two things. The first is that we're all God, because God is all there is. We are all power. We are all love, truth, peace, life, essence, and energy of God. And the second thing our experiences are designed to teach us is that all things and all people and all experiences are divinely designed to remind us of number one. It's all God. People and experiences are not meant to break us or destroy us. They're meant to remind us of our divinity. And as we go through what we go through, we are being called to grow and heal and learn how to live from that place, that divine energy. Now, when we don't do that, when we don't embrace the God within, that's when we get hurt and mad and broken. That's when we become untrusting and judgmental. And that's when we attract more people and circumstances and situations that are reflecting what we're thinking and feeling about ourselves. You know, I'm all alone. Nothing good ever happens for me. I'll never have what I want. Oh, people are so dishonest. I can't trust anybody. And the big one, nobody loves me. Because you see, what we think about ourselves and project onto other people, we're thinking about and projecting onto God. Whether we believe it or not, or whether we actually think that way all the time, doesn't matter. Everything we think is a reflection of what we know about and believe about God. And we're always being called to shift and change in that relationship. Now, let me make this practical because I can hear you. I hear you out there, oh no, you don't know. Okay, so let me make it practical for you. Let's say you fall madly in love with someone. You give them your heart and maybe even some of your money. You commit yourself to that relationship and that person because in your mind, this is it. They are the one. They are the bringer of your joy, the keeper of your heart. And this goes on for, let's say, months or years until the day you find out that that person has lied to you, cheated on you. Maybe they have misappropriated funds and money that you gave them, and that they have another lover on the other side of town. You are devastated and slightly pissed off. You wonder, how could they? Why would they? Then, to make matters worse, they leave, or you throw them out, and you spend the next 9 months in sorrow and grief and anger and upset. What, you may ask, does that have to do with God? Or why would God allow someone I love to treat me like that? Ever ask those questions? Stay here with me. Come on, I'm going to get you there. Stay with me. Think of it this way. Every day you wake up, there's air to breathe. There's light to shine, sunshine and moonlight. Every day, whether you believe in God or not, God is God. Life is life. You have the grace of breath and the gift of choice. Every single day, people are born and people leave this experience called life. Every day you wake up and your heart is beating and blood is pumping through your body. You don't have to worry about your liver or your pancreas yet. As human beings, we're convinced that some other human being gives us a reason to be alive. That another human being, frail human being with issues and challenges and experience, that human being is our joy and happiness. That other living being is a demonstration of all that God is. But we want that person to be responsible for how we feel, what we do, and what we do and receive in return. Well, my beloveds, that's a problem. We put our faith in people and not in our source. We put our trust in people and not in our source. And we've got to go to the source first. Because once you go to the source, your relationship with yourself and your relationship with that source becomes the foundation of every relationship in your life. Because the same divinity that's in you is within everybody else. But how you relate to your source is going to determine who and what you attract. So, I know we don't want to hear this, but looking for someone else to make you happy, looking for someone else to take care of you, looking for someone else to give you what you want or desire will rarely turn out well. Because those are the things that must come from your source. Now, that doesn't mean that you don't get to give and share in relationships. That doesn't mean that when you're in relationship with somebody that there won't be gifts and joy and surprises. But what it does mean is that once you recognize that that person is a function of your source, that everybody is a function of your source, you'll begin to attract people and relationships that reflect back to you what you think and feel about God, your source, your creator, because you'll be vibrating at a much higher level. And what you believe to be true about you and about God, you're going to attract more of that. And when you are a living, breathing, walking, talking demonstration of the source, the creator of your life, no matter what happens to you or around you, you'll be able to find and see the good that you can grow through. Now, on the other hand, if you allow people and relationships to break you, make you angry, hold you hostage, diminish and demean you, you'll attract more of that, because the lesson there is to remember who you are and stand in your divinity. You'll think that these things are happening because of the other people. Nope. My encouragement to you is this. Begin to build, to cultivate, to grow a better, more loving relationship with yourself. And you'll grow and develop a better and more loving relationship with your source, your creator, God. And that will establish the pattern and the structure for all of your relationships. Now, how do you do that? How do you do that? How do you build a better relationship with God? Same way you do with people. Spend time. Silent time with yourself. Quiet time with yourself. Ask yourself deep and probing questions about who you are. Correct your judgments and criticisms of yourself. And as you do, you'll begin to feel your connection with and your presence of the Creator growing within you. That Creator, that Source, that's what we call God. Now, this takes time, it takes patience, it takes faith, and it takes trust. But what I've discovered is this, that until you get right in your mind and in your heart with God, you're destined to find and meet the same people and experiences over and over and over. Why? Because it's all about you, boo. How you see yourself and hold yourself within yourself. It's a reflection of how you see and hold your source, your creator, what we call God. Now, think about these things. And I invite you to post your questions and your comments on the R-Spot Facebook community, because this is deep. And we really got to get this one right, particularly as we move into a new year, a new energy. How you see yourself and hold yourself within yourself is a reflection of what you believe about yourself. And what you believe about yourself is a reflection of what you believe about God. Work on that, and I'll see you next time. Be sure to sign up for my mailing list at Iyanla.com, because I've got a new book coming out in 2018, and I'm going to be on tour for the first time in 16 years. I want you to know when I'm coming to your hometown or a town near you, because you can just come on over there. And I hope that you will follow me on all social media platforms. And if you haven't signed up for Awakening 1 Million, Awakening 1 million powerful minds to what changes we can make in the world, please go to awakening1million.com. Get your gifts and your assignments.